Okay, we'll leave this alone. Let's talk about some Wii U stuff, right? Of course, Super Mario 3D World is the latest game from the Wii U to get ported over to the Switch. A lot of people just kind of... It was a really bad time for Nintendo. No one really cared about the Wii U. It sold horribly. I think it was under 20 million units total, and I mean, to put that into perspective, I believe the Switch is now selling 20 million a year. And the Wii U was just kind of a huge mess in terms of, one, I guess we'll start here, the controller. They had some interesting ideas, right? Like, touchscreens were hot at the time with the phones and the DSs, and, you know, the initial thinking of, like, how do we turn the DS or that touchscreen experience into something that can work on the console? And they thought, you know what if we just put a giant screen in the middle of a controller? And it wasn't an entirely bad idea, because this is basically what the Nintendo Switch ended up being, and the Nintendo Switch is fantastic. The tech just wasn't here for this yet. And so you can take it, I think in the manual it says like 30 feet. And, you know, that was great if you were, you know, playing by the TV, or you just happened to have it set up in the bedroom and you could go to the bathroom and play. But, like, it wasn't all the way there in the way that you would want it to be. And so it ends up just being like a really fat controller with the touchscreen that you didn't really use all that much. It was great for Pikmin 3. And it had the you could tap amiibos on here. This is another thing that was introduced this generation. And otherwise, it's kind of an odd controller. I mean, kind of odd. It's not the worst, though. Like, the analog sticks are fun. The placement on this is a little weird, to be honest. I wish they had flipped those around, which they ended up doing on the Pro controller on the Switch. But it's not bad. It's got a good D-pad. The analog sticks are fine. It's got the stylus here at the top. Anyone ever use that? It's got a camera on the front of it. I think the biggest challenge now with this, if you're trying to use this thing or you're trying to find it used, is that the battery life on this thing was never good to begin with. And if someone put a decent amount of time into this, this thing's gonna die pretty much instantly, and you have to have it plugged in all the time. I mean, it's not a bad controller, considering how it looks, but it's not what we needed at the time, and it kind of never really was. So kind of a shame that they never fully, well, they did figure it out. It's just, you know, the Switch. A couple of games as well, since we're here. This isn't necessarily like the definitive list of games that I would recommend on the Wii U or anything like that, because I don't have them all. Some of them are digital as well. Like Pikmin 3 is one of my favorites on the Wii U, and I have that digitally, so I don't have that here to show. But a couple games that we can talk about. I know you're probably thinking, like, Sonic Kart Racing? Really? Come on, my dude. Yes, this game was really good. The Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed is almost the best kart racing game of all time. It had some great ideas, had boss fights, it had the transforming car thing, which they kind of did before Nintendo. They went farther with the concept than Nintendo did. And if it wasn't for some of the performance issues in the game, this might be better than Mario Kart 8. Might be. But yeah, the frame rate stuff really hurts it. You love that Sonic game? Yeah, this is a fantastic kart racer. If you can find, I don't know if the newer one on the Switch is as good as this, but this was a very good game. And I know that, again, this is not like, no one bought a Wii U to play Call of Duty Black Ops 2, but I will say Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is it's a pretty good Call of Duty game. It kind of had the branching paths, had zombies in it. The Wii U version is, I guess, technically the worst of the bunch. It did have free online play, and it actually played pretty well. I played a decent amount of Black Ops 2 on the Wii U, and it had a nice little community as well. So just a random, oh yeah, Call of Duty on the Nintendo? Yeah, that was a thing they did. I would like to see Call of Duty come back on the Switch in some shape or form. And Randy says Team Sonic Racing was a downgrade. Damn. All right. And yeah, we're playing this right now. Well, the Bowser's Fury thing. Super Mario 3D World. Again, this was my game of the year at the time it came out, taking that Super Mario 3D Land formula and adding 4-player co-op to it, cleaning up the graphics, and it's just this really nice balance of 2D Mario and 3D Mario. And I'm glad that this kind of exists as an in-between to, you know, your Mario Galaxies, Odysseys, and then just, I guess, new Super Mario Bros. At this point. And I'd like to see more of these. And I guess, yeah, 3D World coming to the Switch means we're probably not going to get a new one of these for a long time. But I'm glad that we at least got 3D World on a platform that, you know, more people have and can enjoy. Most people are going to be enjoying it for the first time. I think I saw the UK charts. The Switch version sold 100% more at launch than the Wii U one. So there's that. Yeah, and we were talking about Nintendo Land before. This came packed in if you got the 32 gigabyte version of the Wii U, and it had 12 mini games based on Nintendo franchises, such as there's a Mario one, a Animal Crossing one, a Zelda. The Zelda one was one of my favorites, where each person's playing a different character. Well, they have like different weapons and stuff. It was neat. And again, this is probably the best proof of concept for what an asymmetrical gaming experience could have been on the Wii U, and just nobody else figured out how to do it. It's a shame. Couple other ones. Oh, my camera lagged there a little weird. A couple other ones. I feel like we have Splatoon 2 now, and that's fantastic, but it makes me scared. Oh man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
RF88, thank you for the follow.
We have Splatoon 2 on the Nintendo Switch. It's great. But it makes me think that, like, Splatoon 1 is probably going to be trapped on the Wii U forever, or at the very least for a very long time. And towards the end of the Wii U's life cycle, Nintendo said they were making a team-based shooter. And I saw this and was like, this looks dumb. Why would Nintendo make a shooter? They're not good at shooters. And then I played the test fire for Splatoon and was like, wait, this is actually really good and really creative and clever, and how mobility is different in this game because you're shooting ink and then you can swim in the ink, and that changes how you move around. And it's not about shooting people, it's about covering the ground. And it's just such a cool take on the shooter genre. And I'm glad that, yeah, Splatoon did well enough on the Wii U to justify a sequel. Like, this still sold millions of copies on the Wii U, and Splatoon 2's done even bigger and better things. So kudos to, you know, Nintendo launching one of their big franchises on the, you know, their worst home platform. A couple other games I wanted to shout out here. This one, a personal favorite of mine, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. This one did get an update on the Wii U, or on the Switch. The levels on the Switch version are slightly different from this, so there's still a reason to have the Wii U version of Captain Toad, but I'm glad that they took the 3D World ideas, those mini levels of Captain Toad, and brought it to life in its full game. So glad to have this one in the collection. I don't have Captain Toad on the Switch yet. I might pick it up at some point. Two more. One that I actually haven't played yet. I've bought this game twice now. Wind Waker. This is the HD version. I bought Wind Waker at launch on the GameCube. I didn't like it in the first 2 hours, and I said forget it. And then years later, this came out, and I was like, you know what? Let's give this game an honest try. And I bought this at launch, and I've literally never played this. It's only open because I lent it to a friend who went and beat it and then gave it back to me. And, you know, at this point, I might as well just hold out for a Switch version, which we might get to hear about soon with the Direct happening tomorrow. And one more, I mean, this isn't that big of a deal because you can get this on every platform in the universe now, but Rayman Legends was out on the Wii U. It wasn't exclusive for a little bit, and it actually had really cool asymmetric controls where one person was a different character who controlled entirely on the touchscreen, and it was great. This is probably still the way to play Rayman Legends, even though you can get it on the Switch and other places. In any case, if you Rayman Legends is worth playing on any platform you can get it on, but if you can play it on the Wii U and have the extra touchscreen stuff, I would highly recommend it.